Hey guys, how is it going? It is Kaiser here, also known as the Plaid Punk Gamer, coming to you today with a visual novel called Sound of Drop, Fall into Poison. Now, this is not what I normally play. If you guys like visual novels and you want to see more of that, I would go check out my buddy's channel called Arisen Randomness. Now, forewarning, it does have nudity in it. He plays hentai visual novels. And if you guys are into that, definitely go check him out. His name is Arisen Randomness, and make sure to subscribe to him. Anyways, let's get on into this. As I said, I'm not really big on visual novels, but let's go. Okay. Okay, black screen. That's always good. Oh. Before she realized it, the girl was standing before an imposing door. The girl occasionally came to Manten Aquarium alone. She watched the manta rays, she watched the jellyfish, and finally, she decided it was time to go home. Where is this? She had her doubts. But there should be nothing else there except for the aquarium. She assured herself that she had probably wandered off onto a side path. The door before her had a large padlock hanging from it, just as she had heard it. Just as she had heard, it was unlocked and merely dangling there. Gulp. The girl drew in a breath. Being locked would usually mean that it was a place she shouldn't enter. Being open just meant that a staff member had forgotten to lock it. So going in was out of the question. Yeah, no, just walk away while you still can. Oh, no, of course not. Her curiosity piqued. She was past the point of persuasion. Her imagination ran wild and her mind raced at the prospect of what might lie beyond this door. Just for a little bit. And you go in, and of course this is how every horror movie ever starts. You go somewhere you're not supposed to. She opened the door and saw lots of glass tanks. Yep, you're messed up. Don't just walk away while you can. Nope, of course not. Several types of fish, hailing from the deep seas, from football fish to oarfish to pelican eels and barrel eyes, were swimming about. Why isn't this an exhibit? She thought it over, wondering why this would be in a closed-off area. Behind her, the door shut on its own. Oh, and you're dead now. Oh my gosh, you're so screwed. The girl spaced out, staring at the deep-sea fish swimming about. They would leap from the tank and swim in midair. The entirety of the room was the fish and their ocean. Though it was an unnatural occurrence, the girl treated it as quite normal. Wasn't there originally a deep-sea fish booth that was shut down? Probably for a good reason. See, that's not normal. That's not normal at all. She suddenly remembered. At that moment, her surroundings were dyed a deep red. The water in the tanks, the fluorescent lights, all of it was red. Also, the girl's vision became red. When she opened her eyes, she was back in her room. It was well into the night, and she couldn't remember how she had gotten home after all of that. But more importantly, she had a bad feeling about something else. It isn't red here. Oh, that's pretty normal that it's not red, actually. She became aware of how hard it was suddenly to breathe. No matter how hard she gasped, she was unable to get oxygen into her body. Like the fish, who couldn't breathe anywhere but in the water, she couldn't breathe unless she was inside that red color. She was convinced. On impulse, she threw open the window, leaned out, and thrust a hand outside. She couldn't inhale the wind flooding her room. She could only smell its milky, unpleasant scent. Oh, dude, that's gross. More. At that moment, the girl's body was tossed into the air. For just a second, her body seemed to float like a fish in the sea. Her room was on the 12th floor of her apartment building. Yep, you're dead. In her fading consciousness, the girl watched her blood flow endlessly from her body. It's red. Only then could she breathe. Now everything would be fine. The girl smiled. The full moon and the night sky smiled too. Yep, she's dead. That's not a way to start off a visual novel. I'm not sure how all of these start off, but I guess that's normal. That's normal. That's just water. Drip, drip. The sound of falling drops. The moon was concealed behind the clouds, and all of the lights in the town were covered in water. The sound of it, the only thing left to resonate. She couldn't tell whether it was hot or cold, merely that the humid air was encircling her. Drip, drip. Wherever they were falling to, wherever they were coming from, the drops just continued to trickle out. That single drop, I stopped it with both hands. The sound of that solitary red drop. Oh, that's really bright. Oh, whoa. Yeah. Okay. Well, are we gonna get into some normal stuff now? Or is it just gonna be like this the whole yeah, okay. I'm not sure if this is pretty normal for a visual novel, I would assume. High school scenario. Watch girls, yep, girls. Awesome. Okay, this is what I like. Or at least there's an urban legend that goes like that. Talking about Manten Aquarium again, that's your new thing, isn't it? While stuffing her lunch into her mouth. Tama Agawa Himeno. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry about that, guys. Just forgive me and my names, because I really can't. I can't even. Spoke, her eyes sparkling. I had no idea which point in the story got her so excited. That's right! Isn't this the scariest part? That the girl jumped to her death smiling after coming back from the Manten Aquarium? It's pretty bad. Yet you don't seem the least bit scared, Himeno. That's not true. I've got chills running down my spine. Someone who's got chills running down her spine wouldn't be eating a pastry so cheerfully. Someone who's got chills running down her spine wouldn't be eating a pastry so cheerfully. And hey, that's my meatball! During a break in the conversation, Himeno stole a side dish from my boxed lunch. This minced meat from growing calves and little piglets is the best. Why do you have to put it like that? Jeez, why'd you have to make me lose my appetite? I'll give you the rest of it. Oh, alright, I'll take it. And she just took her lunch. Himeno takes the rest of the meatballs from my lunch with amazing rhythm. The reason that I, Nakanobi Mayumi, lost my appetite wasn't because Himeno's story scared me. Manten Aquarium and I are connected in a way that I'd rather not think about. Of course, Himeno has no idea about that connection. If she knew, she'd never mention Manten Aquarium around me again. At the same time, I've been afraid that this thing might cause Himeno to stop talking to me. Himeno's pretty much my only friend. It isn't that I haven't talked to anyone since entering junior high, just that the only person I can actually call a friend is Himeno. Seriously, I think this whole Manten Aquarium rumor obsession is getting to be a bit much. Maybe. There's so many rumors though. Like there's a man's ghost in the tanks, that deep sea fish booth is only open on a full moon, that the water changes into blood, or that you can hear crying from behind the tanks. Ah, that earlier one goes with the one also. No, that's fine. You don't need to say anymore. I say firmly, causing Himeno to make a sour face. Soon after, Himeno changes the subject, first to a TV drama that aired the night before, then to some cute fake nails with cats on them she found in a magazine. Then she talks about a classmate who's dating a boy from a nearby private school, alighting on one subject before quickly changing to the next. Yeah, that's how some of my friends are. Normally, the subject of Manten Aquarium shouldn't have popped up again. Anyways, getting back to what we were talking about earlier. Huh? What exactly are we getting back to? Manten Aquarium! I looked into it, and this subway will be a full moon. Oh, wow, I completely misread that. Maybe I'm just hungry and want some Subway. This Sunday will be a full moon. Huh? That was all I could say. The rest of my words were unable to come out. So we should go and see if the rumors are true or not. But I know you aren't interested in this stuff like urban legends, Mayu, but next week we'll start preparing for the end of the semester and I won't be able to hang out with you. Lately we haven't gone anywhere together, have we? If the full moon was next Sunday, I'm sure Himeno wouldn't have said anything. But I suspect it happens to be this Sunday, and next week happens to be our exams. She's chosen Manten Aquarium. I know that I'm not hiding my confusion or my hesitation very well. Even so, Himeno turns her carefree grin my way. Since it's an aquarium, even if the rumors aren't true, we can still have fun, right? Well, that's true. Usually, anywhere I go with Himeno, I have fun. Whether or not we'd have fun was not what I was worried about. By the way, Mayu, in the east building of the Manten Aquarium, they have a Häagen-Dazs. As in the Eden restaurant. They had closed it up at one point, but it looks like they're reopening it for a limited time. Really? Yeah, she was like, yeah. Really? They have cookies and cream flavor you like too, Mayu? Of course, I hesitate, but in the end, that settles it. Yep, Häagen-Dazs settles everything. Then we'll go. As long as we can definitely get some cookies and cream. Saying you have no money because you did too much shopping is out of the question. I know. After all, I'm something of a glutton myself. Fine. In the end, we settle on Manten Aquarium and ice cream for Sunday. Since I have already received my reward money for moving on to the next grade, I don't need to worry about my allowance. Dude, you get reward money for moving on to the next grade? I wish I did that. Still, it's been 5 years. Did you say something, Mayu? No, nothing. I bite my tongue, covering the words that had carelessly spilled out. I'm looking forward to the aquarium. It's probably been about 10 years. I'm looking forward to the cookies and cream. It's probably been about 10 years. Yes, that's me every day. That's not true. It's the truth. That's the only thing I'll eat there. Himeno goes, you little, as she playfully stretches my cheeks. The end of lunch chime sounds, and Himeno goes back to her own seat. If it's with Himeno, I'll be fine. That's what I told myself at the time. Okay. Awesome. I guess we're going to end this episode here.